Hello, friends and listeners of Stickers and Scuffs. This is Cam K, Great and Bun here with our brand new, we were so excited to say this, our brand new correspondent, Olivia Whissell has joined Stickers and Scuffs. She's here. The camera's a little bit, it's kind of hard to see, but she is there. She is here. Liv, welcome to the Stickers and Scuffs family.
Hi, thank you so much. I'm very excited.
Well, we need to learn a little bit more about Olivia Whissell. Now, this is for some of us that know the NASCAR Pinty series, know the NASCAR Canadian Tire series. That last name is familiar. I had to actually ask on Twitter just to make sure because when I first connected with you, Liv, I wasn't 100% sure if you were related, and then it would have been really awkward. So let's go into how you are related to the NASCAR Pinty series.
Well, so my father is Jared Whissell, and he raced in the Pinty series for a couple of years. I have one of his actual die-casts actually sitting on the desk.
Nice.
But also a connection that not very many people know is that my mom is a Dowler. So Noel Dowler is my second cousin. And so Kevin Dowler, who's being inducted into the Canadian Motorsports Hall of Fame, is my mom's cousin. So I also have a connection there as well.
Awesome.
So kind of both sides of my family, because my mom and dad's side has a connection to the Pinty series. But yeah.
Well, I didn't know that side of things. So that's actually really, really cool. Just don't want to age Kevin much, but I remember watching him as a kid. So him dominating on the road courses. So obviously you've got that connection there. What's your first introduction to motorsports?
Well, my parents met racing. They both ice raced here in Alberta. And so my mom retired after she had me and married my dad and stuff. But my dad kept ice racing, and I don't remember him ice racing, but he did that for a year or two. And then he did some Formula 2000s. And so I remember doing that, going to Race City. We would work on the cars out of our garage, and we annoyed the heck out of our neighbors because we'd be working on cars till 2 a.m. My dad did he did the Formula 2000s. He did just I don't know what he called them, just I think they're called challenge cars, which were just on the road course at Race City. He did that for a while. He did all sorts of things, and then he decided to make the jump to Pinty's, or Canadian Tire back then. And I don't really remember that. I was like 4, but it happened, and yeah.
So in terms of watching motorsports, who's your first driver that you watched and was like, that's my driver?
So, I mean, obviously my dad.
Yeah.
But when we watched, I remember always having the Cup Series and I guess Nextel back then and Sprint Cup races on. But I don't really remember paying attention to them, but I knew they were on. I remember one time hearing them say Dale Jr. hasn't won in however many races. And I was like, I like underdogs. I'm a Dale Jr. fan without knowing any of who I didn't know who Dale Earnhardt Sr. was. I didn't know he came from this really good racing family. I thought he was just an underdog. And so, yeah.
That's a great story.
Those were dark days in the Dale Jr. fandom.
So, yes, who is it that you support right now?
Well, I like most I like really all of the drivers. I like Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., which is weird. I always say that. People are like, what? Yes, there are Ricky Stenhouse Jr. fans out there. I am one of them. I met him in 2018 and I cried.
Nice.
I forget what I was saying. Oh yes. I like all of the drivers. It's like everyone's like, you have to have a driver that you hate. I don't really hate any drivers in any series. I'm obviously I'm new into like the Xfinity series and stuff. So I have like people I cheer for, but I don't have like Ryan Vargas is one of my favorites, but I don't have like
Us too.
Sam Mayer, like, but like I don't know enough about, because I just started watching the Xfinity series last year. I don't know enough about all of the drivers other than that. So my opinions change race to race.
Well, it's great to have your energy. You touched on it already, the ice racing thing. Let's address the 1,900-pound elephant in the room. That is the Chevrolet Chevette. I feel like I have a destiny to get out west and have a crack at those ice racing cars. And you're getting ready to run those pretty soon, aren't you, Liv?
Yeah, we are running. We're actually going there later today to just work on them a little bit.
Nice.
Technically, we have 9 of them, but only 5 of them run.
You got to have some parts.
Yes, we have some extra doors. Lots. Yeah, you can't find Chevette parts anymore.
That's true.
So you got to just buy ones that are literal mice houses.
Yeah.
So we have 5 of them that run. And so we have one that's just kind of like a spare. And then both my parents, me, my younger brother, and my grandpa all are racing this year, which is 5. So awesome. My grandpa's not going to do all of the races, though. So it's just like the spare car is also his. And so, yeah, we started. My parents obviously did it. That's how they met. And then we started doing it last year. We decided in like November that we were going to ice race. And so we found a bunch of Chevettes from some farmer fields up near Edmonton. And we built them. We built them in a month and a bit. And my dad broke his finger building roll cages, and we did it.
Oh man, Chevettes have a special place in my heart. They were my first car. I took it up snowmobile trails and did all sorts of terrible things to it. And they're tough cars. They You could not do the things that you do to those cars to a new car and bring it home in one piece. And it's such a huge part of my youth. So I'm going to really look into a plane ticket, probably as just like things are this winter. It's a little bit awkward for travel and whatnot. And we're travelers here and I miss doing it, but I really want to come out there and have a crack at those Chevettes on ice, because that looks like a ton of fun.
It is like, what was the analogy I used last year? Playing bumper cars blindfolded.
Yeah, exactly. It's like they say about like race cars at Bristol, the jet fighters in a gymnasium. You got to slow it way down for Chevettes. Yeah, that's a great analogy of it. It's just like any other series. As long as you have common cars that are competitive to each other, it doesn't matter if they go 200 or 25 miles an hour. If you can make the racing fun, then that's what it's all about.
Yeah, they don't. You feel like you're going really fast because you're sideways the whole time. But
yeah,
I think I got up to like 110 kilometers an hour on the front stretch last year, and
that's enough. Like
I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
didn't know Chevettes could go that fast.
Oh, they can go fast. They fly too, but not without putting shocks through the hood. They are nose heavy. I found out a lot of things about those things when I was a kid, and I ended up the camshaft ended up looking like just like a piece of tube steel, and wore them out. Maybe wore it a little low or ran it a little low on oil, but my dad made sure that I knew how to get it running again. It's like I said, I mean, I could talk all day. I should have put that on my list of 5 things I could go half an hour about is Chevettes, because man, I love them. Anyways, carry on.
I mean, there's not much else to say. We go and we freeze to death, and we
have a blast doing it.
Yep.
So are you going to wreck any member of your family to win?
I am not very good at it. My dad, I am usually a minimum of 2 laps down. I have not gotten the hang of it yet. My Chevette's an automatic, just because to learn how to drift and everything, we were just like, it's an automatic. And we were thinking about changing it to a standard this year, but I'm still like getting used to like the whole like drifting and getting like my lines right and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going for the win or anything. I'll keep my work to a minimum just so I can get really good at the cornering and everything. So I'm obviously at a disadvantage because I'm in a slower car, but it's really hard. And my dad is really good at it. And there are a lot of people who have been doing it for longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, that's kind of a disadvantage.
Yeah, I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage because I've been doing it for a year, while some of them have been doing it for a lot longer.
Yeah.
And so they just have more experience. And so I'm obviously not going for the win, but I have crashed into my dad, but it's because you get so bunched up and you can't see anything. And so I just like, he ended up just hitting someone in the door, and I went to swerve around him and I just caught his back bumper and I destroyed my headlights and his taillights. But I mean,
you're still living there, so obviously it didn't go that bad.
It wasn't that bad. My brother didn't wreck him, but ran into him harder. So
there you go.
I think I'm okay.
Brother did it worse.
Yeah.
Well, Liv, we are so happy and thrilled to have you as a part of the Stickers and Scuffs family. It is going to be one hell of a fun year in 2022. Fans, make sure you follow Liv. Liv, how can they follow you on Twitter and Instagram?
So my username for both is just Olivia_Whissell. Whissell is spelled with 2 S's and 2 L's and no T.
There you go. Doesn't get any clearer than that.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I'm pretty easy to find. It's Whissell is WHISSELL. And yeah, my Twitter and Instagram are the same. My TikTok is also that. I don't really use it, but I have it. Yeah.
So guys, make sure you go and follow Olivia Whissell, our Western Series correspondent. She's going to be out there for the NASCAR Pinty Series events, and she'll also be providing us a bit more content throughout the year. We hope to have her as part of our Daytona 500 weekend coverage. I know she's going to be very busy racing that weekend, but Olivia, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being part of this ever-growing Stickers and Scuffs podcast.
Of course. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity.